Welcome back everyone. It's Saturday morning here. I thought today we'd try and start one of the side valve V8s up I got in the last episode. I think if the way we work it may be the last episode where we bring it all home from Mudgee with the little truck and the Renault tractor. I was over here this morning having a cup of coffee early and I noticed the carburettor was full of a hornet had gotten in there. It was all full of hornets' nests. And they seem to find any orifice, any hole, they will block up. So if you couldn't stand around here too long with nothing on, they'd end up finding you too, I'd imagine. I was over here, I cleaned the carburettor out this morning, just tinkering before I put the air cleaner back on just to store it there, and I thought I may as well go and get the camera at the house and give it a go because it does turn a full turn. I've tried that with the bar. It was sitting under a tree for 19 years. Now you'll see in the last episode where it was sitting under the tree, and I'll put that picture in again, but the bloke we got it off had lived there for 19 years, and then it could have even been 10 years before that it went. It was powering a sawmill at his place, like a saw bench. So who knows how long before he took it up there that it actually went. So it could be 30 years. He might have had a go on the day he took it out there. It's never went since it's been out sitting under that tree, obviously. So let's say 20 plus years it's been sitting there. It does wind over. Whether a valve's stuck or something, I don't know, but I think we'll knock the plugs out of it, make sure they're all right. Make sure there's no rust on the end of those. I've got the top still off the carby. So we just fill the bowl up and run it like that. I won't run water through it. The belt's not on the pump, so it's not going to hurt anything. We'll just see what happens. She might go, it might not. I don't even know if it winds over off the starter. I haven't tried that yet either. So it's still 6-volt system. So I've got a new coil in there I bought for a forklift here. I'll sit that on it. 12 volts won't hurt the starter, just the amount of times we're going to wind it. So we'll clean the points out, knock the plugs out. I might put some ATF down each plug hole, make sure she's got some lube up the top before it goes, and we'll see what happens. It'll blow a bit of smoke if it does go, but it should burn off pretty quick. I won't run it too long, it'll get hot, but it'll also be good for it to heat up and cool down. I don't know what we're going to do with it yet. Got a 46 truck here with the heads off. I'll show you that now. I'll do a bit of a walk around before we start it. Excuse the shaking here. Just close the lens. I've got a 48 truck here, which I'll be starting when Old American Iron Jeffrey turns up. We might do a video on this one. I've got the head gaskets for it. Same motor as what's on the ground, so if that one's got anything wrong with it, we could use this one. Exactly the same. I've got that one there that runs. There's a video of that running. If anyone's interested, go back a few videos. You'll see a video of it going. I don't know what I'll do with them yet. I'd like to power something with it, whether it's a novelty thing, whether it's an actual going roadworthy thing, I'm not sure. I am building a spit that I'm going to run with one of them for my bucks party. I'm getting married at the end of the year, so sort of when I get spare time I'm working out all the ratios and that so it doesn't fling meat all over the shed and it just sort of spins over nice and slowly while we all drink tins of beer, I suppose. So one will run that, but that's only a one-off thing, so I don't know whether we'll leave that set up for future parties or we'll just pull it back off and put it back here. Or there is an electric golf cart down the back. I wouldn't mind making just a bit of a hot rod thing to drive around here, but again, that's a time thing. I'd love to do that. It'd look pretty good, pretty impressive. But so anyway, we'll knock the plugs out of her and see what happens. You see I've left the top off the carby. I cleaned that up. I just blew it all out. I didn't go to too much effort because throttle plunger, the leather on that's all, it's not working, so I'm not going to pull it all apart until I actually get a kit for it. I'll leave that off. We can just fill the bowl up and she'll still run like that, I'd imagine. It's got oil in it. That's all I can really tell you about it. It's got some homemade headers on it. Again, it was running a saw bench, so it would have been just idling over running that. What it came out of originally, I don't know. A truck or a car, I'm not sure. Car, I'd imagine, the way the fan's set up. set this up and we'll see what we can do with it. Just trying to set you up here. It's very bright here this morning and it looks a bit funny through the lens, so I'm not going to really know until I edit it, but hopefully you can see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to knock all these plugs out, give the end of them a quick clean. That one's loose, which isn't a good sign. It could have had water in there, but it had a canvas. No, it didn't have a canvas tarp. This one had the tin over it, so hopefully it hasn't sunk down into the head. It's fairly oily actually. Probably not sure if you can see, that's fairly oily. I'll do another one in on the bench, cleaning them up. Because they got this recess there, if water sat in there and the plug was loose, it could easily get down past the thread. My knowledge of these things isn't great, so if anyone watching knows more than I do, please tell me, because I'd like to gain more knowledge on them, since I think I've now got 5 of them, all different models. Got one in a Ford Blitz, one in that 46 truck there, and then 3 sitting on the ground here, so I'd like, the one in the Ford Blitz is stuck, the rest wind over. I've got ATF in the Ford Blitz one, I've had that in there for 18 months or so now. I haven't tried it since, but hopefully it's taken effect in that. Try and loosen her up a bit. Should have got a long socket, I thought this spanner would fit. They're all not too bad, there's no rust. The red one that I showed you is that in the video that is going, done a video of that one running, it was sitting in a shed at a place I do a bit of volunteer work for, just maintaining their mowing equipment and stuff, and I ended up getting it off them, and when we started it, I just hooked it up, had it all hooked up ready to start, but I just thought I'd tap the starter and see if it does wind, and it wound. Wasn't even a full turn, it sat there idling after, it could have been 30 years. Like it used to run a carousel, I think, at one of the circuses, and I know that particular circus went out of business many years ago, so it would have sat there since then, undercover of course, so nothing hurt, but hopefully this one, I mean, this one's been out in the weather, it probably won't have the same effect, but time's going to tell. That was before I was YouTubing too, when I started that red one up, so I didn't get to video that, not even on the phone I didn't, so I didn't think it was going to go. All these rusty old leads and that, they could be shorting out in the holder there, I'm not sure, but she's got a miss or something, it could be a valve, it could be a lead shorting out, it could be a dead plug. Again, time will tell. Smash that oil pressure sender off there when we were sitting it here, so it started leaking oil down there. Okay, I'll bring these in the shed here with me. There's a coil there. I'll just give these a brake clean and a quick rub with a bit of paper. And excuse the shaking and everything. So you can see those, they're not bad at all. I'm still a bit oily after all that time. There's no rust on any of those. We're just give them a brake clean and give them a quick swipe with some emery and blow them out. I haven't got a sandblaster for these plugs, and I've seen blokes even use like a butane burner and burn the oil out of them. But I've got some brake cleaner in this container here, rather than spray it and get it everywhere. Let's give her a rub with this bit of. As long as there's nothing sitting down in there, it's going to short it out. They look pretty good. I just give it a bit of a shiny surface to arc on there, and give them all a blowout with the air I got here. If you're going to use this, you'd get a new set, you'd update the points, condensers. I'd like to make it 12 volt, but starter would still be 6 unless we put a late model one on there, spend some money. This is just to see if she's going to run and have spark or whatever is going to happen here. I'm probably doing this wrong to some of you, but I don't care. It's worked since I've been fiddling with this sort of stuff. So I like one of them original old sandblasters. They look good. They seem to work well too, from what I've seen on YouTube. Oily, that one. Oily's okay, it's not going to really affect it. Still spark, but not ideal. Okay. What I might do now is just put some ATF down the pot so she's got lubrication at the top end when it starts. I thought I had a syringe here to do that, but I can't see it. Found it. I've got a bit of ATF in that. You can drift it down to carburetor when it's running, but I'd rather it in there for startup. Just give her a, because the valves are along the top of these and pistons are at the bottom, so it's definitely going to go into it. She'll smoke a bit and obviously oil those plugs back up, but I think it'll still run if it's going to. It's definitely not going to hurt it too much. I'd rather it smoke than do some damage to the bore or the rings or whatever the case is. With the fuel 2 won't hurt her, I don't think. Okay, put the plugs back in and we'll do some work on the points. Okay, so I've just gone and found some bits and pieces. It's a coil I bought for the forklift. You'll see in another episode. You've probably seen it in the thank you episode actually, that little forklift. That's for that. Found this in the drawer. Just got an alligator clip we'll put on the positive. So, see what connections are on that. To see what end we need to put on these wires, and we'll go from there. I found this late model lead, I don't even know what that's off, 8mm silicon suppression lead. That was just in the drawer, so I don't know if it's a plug lead or a coil lead, but it'll work, we'll make it fit. I actually ordered 2 of these coils, one for this and one for the forklift. Only one turned up, so I'll have to get onto them about that. I don't know fuel miser, I'm not sure if that's good or not. Probably an eBay special, I'm not sure. It'll work, it's brand new, better than testing an old one, so I will just set that up on top of it there somewhere. It's got these spade terminals, so we'll put a couple of them on these leads. Top of the carby there. Just wedge it down in there, look at that, it's made for it. Couple of female spade terminals here. Again, this is just rough, it's just see what's going to happen. So this is going to go to our positive. So when we connect this to the battery, that's just like the first position on your keys in your car that turns the ignition on. Well, an earlier model car, late models is probably firing up some computer, but early model car, first position, or when the reds come on your dash, is just like hooking this to power. That's what that's doing. This one will always be connected. This just grounds out your coil, like I said, through the ignition points. It's pretty heavy gauge wire, it's like bloody electrical wire from your house. I don't think it's automotive spec wire. Being red terminals, they've only got a small hole, so I have to strip back a couple more strands, I think. It's a pretty good terminal. So they've got built-in heat shrink, so you crimp them then and shrink them. I'm not going to be doing that here. It's not professionally done by any means. It's only just to start it, and probably that's how it'll stay. But so this goes to our earth. Like that. And then we find out which end of this is going to fit what. If it does fit at all, that one goes in there. That one doesn't really fit anything. Just get that to wedge in there, it shouldn't bloody throw a spark. Contact at least. Probably should go through the drawer and find a proper one, but no, that'll do. It's clipping in, it'll do so. what we'll now do, we'll just hold that onto an earth, see if she's clicking off. If it's clicking off, that means those points are working, then we'll give her a go. So. Okay, let me see where we're at here. These leads. That's our start lead. This is earth. This is our power. All we got to do is really touch that there to power it all up, see if it's going to have sparks. Absolutely hate getting electrocuted. Even though these are insulated, they still shock you. Try and set these up close here somewhere where you may be able to see the spark. If I put it down here, I can arc it out somewhere lower, I reckon. Flip this screen round. Okay, so I'm just going to connect this positive. It's connected there. And hold this lead onto an earth here somewhere, or just off an earth, and you should be able to see that crack when I hit the positive. If you hear me yell and drop the bloody thing, well, you also know it works. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, yep, straight away, look. Not sure if you probably should be able to see that. I'm trying to need 3 hands for this, but I'll do it again for you all. Yep. It's a beautiful Bob Clark. Okay, disconnect this ignition before I get zapped. Hopefully she's going to contact through all these old leads and everything. Not really wrapped in how that fits, but again, that many volts, it seems to find its way through. Probably wouldn't perform, but it'll run. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'll set this up again for you all. Hopefully you can see it with the sun where it is. Okay, you should be able to see the exhaust set blowing out the back if it's going to work. Should be some sort of smoke, even if a couple of cylinders come in. So I'm going to put some 2-stroke in it, which is 25:1. One, it's going to help lubricate it, and 2, it's already in a nice little container with just straight petrols in a big jerry can. So I'll just drift a bit down the carb. You won't fill the bowl up. We're just going to see if she hits. Connect the ignition up, and we'll just give her a tap. This has been at least 20 or 19 years it sat under that tree. So could have been 10 years before that he had it going, I don't know. Might have been 20, but it's at least 19, so it's all connected. At least 4 of them plugs are going to work, so it's going to do something, I'm sure. It's got compression the way it winds, so we'll just see what happens. Here we go. Oh, fucking joking. She's economical. I'd say it's used all that fuel already. Wow, okay, we're going to fill the bowl up. See, she was a bit smoky. That was all the oil. It's going to smoke a fair bit because I've got oil in the carby as well as 2-stroke fuel, as well as what we put with that syringe. So hopefully you can see this. Give her another go in here. Okay. Now again, I don't know where that throttle's set at. So I can't choke it, I'm just richening the mixture up down through the top of this. Choke's in that top section that I haven't bolted on yet. She might cough out through there and throw a flame, but it'll suck it back down surely. Give you a more up close and personal look at how I'm starting. I've just got that lead jammed on the head there, so I can use two hands here. So we just touch her on there. Give you a look at the exhaust pipes at the back of her. Just open the revs up a little bit on the carby. Another go here. She's got bad breath. Right. Take 4. Okay everyone, we're back. The camera went flat. Just as it fired, it went flat, so we're back. I went to go and charge it and have some breakfast, so we'll give her another go. Oh, she's sparking, so I'll give her another shot now for you all. I think that's sat for so long, would you? My kids going past and so I'll give her another one here. See if she idles if we can, may not, but it's a big arc for something that's set around. Well, I won't run her any longer, she's going to get hot, but there you have it. 19 plus years sitting under a tree and then she starts like that. God damn. Oof. That broken cinder's pumping out oil, but at least you know she's got pressure. Still missing on a few of them old leads. '48 model Flathead V8 Ford. That's all I can really tell you about it now. Hope you enjoyed that video. There's another Willet start. And there'll be plenty more here once we do these ones, but that red one again, if you want to see another one go back in the channel. That's there running, revving. This one needs a bit more of a tune, maybe a carby kit, some new leads, and should be good again. It's good to let them warm up like that. Smoking the crankcase, might have a bit of fuel in there, or burning the old oil out of it. Could be getting steam, might be water in there, who knows. Now that I know it goes, we'll give it a service. Once we use it, change the oil. Probably get comments about starting with old oil, but I'm not spending money on new oil if it's not going to do anything. So now I know it goes, it's worth putting some money into. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like, share, and click the notification button, because I'm not getting as many views as I've got subscribers. So people may not know that the videos are out, but click the notification button on your mobile as well, and it'll let you know when we put another video up. Thanks again for watching.